Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I am your instructor today. And I will be discussing the topic diesel engine control and safety and diesel engine emergency operation. So we have here the identify the factors that contribute diesel engine control and safety. So we'll discuss also how automatic control, equipment, and safety devices contribute to their efficient operation of the engine. Diesel engine emergency operation. I have to explain emergency procedures for maneuvering for diesel engines, operate engine during emergency situation, and respond to all alarms using simulator. So I will use also simulator this discussion. So we have here the different types of protections on ship's marine engine. So basically, there are four main types of protection system used to safeguard propulsion engine. So we have alarm, slowdown, we have shutdown, and we have starting interlock. So alarm, in case of deviation of engine parameters from a set value, an audible and visual alarm will sound, which will give an early warning of the problem. So if there is a deviation of engine parameters from a set value. So engine parameters, there is a engine is equipped with an alarm system. So from a set value of that alarm system, for example, low boil pressure. So for example, the alarm of the low boil pressure is 2.5 bar. So below 2.5 bar, the pressure of the oil below 25 bar during the engine is running uh, will give an alarm of low boil pressure. So that is alarm. So deviation, for example, the normal pressure is 5 bar or 4.5 bar, for example, but the pressure uh, is 3.5 bar, so there is an alarm. So that is an alarm. So that is a division of engine parameters from a set value. So slow down, it is the next stage of protection when actions taken are not sufficient to control the ongoing problem. So hence, engine slowdown is done to counter the disturbed parameter. So for example, if already the engineers already check the alarm and he rectified the alarm, but it so happened that uh, the rectification is not sufficient, so it is followed by the slowdown. So the engine will slow down to avoid uh, further problem to the engine or as a protection the engine to avoid further damage or further problem. Next, shutdown, we have also here. When there is a higher fluctuation in the engine parameters, which can harm other systems of the engine, the shutdown protective device is cut off the fuel supply and the engine stops. So, for example, a sudden or sudden higher fluctuation in the engine parameters. For example, low lobe oil pressure. So, for example, the motor, the low oil pump suddenly stop. So, the engine also, because of the protective devices to cut off the fuel, the engine also will stop to avoid damage to the engine. So, that is shut down. We have here starting interlock. This will not allow the engine to start from standstill condition if some important system within the engine has not been operated. Alright, so I will show you here. So this is starting interlock. I will show you here. Starting interlock. So according to the definition, this will not allow the engine to start from standstill condition, meaning the engine is in stop condition. So if some important system within the engine has not been operated or arranged properly, meaning you forgot something. For example, here, start block. So this is an alarm. This is red color. As you can see here, you have start blocking. So meaning there is a valve which is start valve block is not open. Or air pressure, start air pressure, safety air pressure. You have also main low oil pressure, main engine camshaft low oil pressure. You have low oil pressure here, piston low pressure, meaning here the valve is not open for start blocking. Start air pressure, starting air is not open, safety air is not open. Here, low oil pump is not running, low oil camshaft pump is not running. So you don't have low oil pressure, you don't have piston low oil pressure. So meaning you have start block. So this start block is called start interlock. So that is mechanical system. So start interlock, this one. So another system also, this is associated system with the electrical system, start interlock. So this is mechanical system. This is also this is start block. But the general term used is starting interlock because this also combined with the electrical system, electronic system. So we have the electrical system starting interlock. But here, the mechanical system, we have here the start block. But the same with the starting interlock. So in general term. So we have here the shift automation and the control system. So on a shift, there are many parameters that needs to be controlled or monitored, including temperatures. So temperatures is being monitored, pressures, level, viscosity, flow control, position of vessel, speed, torque, control, voltage, current, machinery status on off, so an equipment status open and closed. So this is being monitored. So as the market as driving ship owners to become more efficient with reduced stock on board. So it called for an automatic control and monitoring system for the ship that enabled unattended operation of machinery species, vessels capable of safe operation at any period of time qualify as UMS or unattended machinery space ships. So a modern automation and control system is fully integrated system covering many aspects of the ship operation that includes the propulsion plant operation. So power management, operation on auxiliary engines, and here auxiliary machinery operation, cargo on offloading operation, navigation and administration of maintenance and purchasing spares. So nowadays, there are ships which is called unmanned ship or UMS ship, unattended machinery space, which is fully automated. So it is applied with the ship automation and control system. So in my ship before, so it's a big ship. So the total crew is only 19 persons. So because it is the engineers there is only chief engineer. So engineer, third engineer and fourth engineer. So there is no watch in engine room during night time, but there is a cabin watch, which is the duty engineer. So if there is an alarm, so the duty engineer will go down to engine room. So nobody in engine room doing the watch, or nobody man the engine room except the cabin watch. So that is automation system, UMS, unattended machinery space on ships. So we have here propulsion, main engine and power auxiliary engines, monitoring and control of the ship's propulsion and power is essential for its efficiency and safety. And there are many systems and parameters to consider, like fuel consumption, combustion temperature, engine temperature, diesel engine safety, and start-stop generator voltage and frequency control, generator load in kilowatt and percent, load control, torque, heavy consumers logic control, and diesel electric propulsion, thrusters, monitoring and control, etc. So these are all being monitored and controlled by automation system. We have also here auxiliary machinery monitoring and control. Auxiliary machinery monitoring and control covers several systems like main C and freshwater cooling system, pumps, system pressure, temperature, etc. So potable and freshwater control, air compressors, belts and slide control, tank level, pumps, fuel oil system, tank levels, temperature, viscosity, flow, purifiers, purifier heaters, etc. So other cooling system, boiler steam system, pumps, valves, pressure, temperature, etc., air conditioning, ballast, water treatment, exhaust gas treatment equipment. So these are all auxiliary machinery being monitored and controlled by the automation system. So for example, here we have main engine control. So as you can see here, there is shutdown alarm and there is fail alarm. So why this happen? So this is also there is also a slowdown pre-warning alarm. So why this is happen? Example. So this alarm come when, for example, now main low oil pressure low, camshaft low oil pressure low. You have a lot of alarm. Main low oil pressure low here, belongs to slow down, and piston oil pressure low. We have also here belongs to fail alarm. So start blocking, start air pressure low, starting air pressure low, and we have safety air pressure low. So everything here is monitored by your main engine auto chip main engine control. So this is example. This example of the alarm. So if these are all have the alarm here, you see, if one of the alarm here, you cannot really start the engine. You have the shutdown alarm, you have the slow down pre-warning alarm, and you have the fail alarm. So you cannot start the engine in this condition. But if this is all complete, there is no alarm, sure you can start the engine. So that is the condition now. So this is automation system. So we have also here, as I discussed earlier, so we have start block. So you have here the bridge and the engine control room. So this is an engine throttle. So as you can see here, you have start block. So why you have start block? Because you have main engine shutdown alarm. You don't have. So you have here alarm main low oil pressure, camshaft low oil pressure, and low oil pressure, piston low oil pressure. You have start blocking, it's not open, start air pressure, and you have safety air pressure. So you have all this alarm, and you're gonna start the engine. Because of this alarm, this parameter is activated, so you have start block. So that is the system, main engine control system. So we have here the what is a local or emergency maneuvering on ship. So most of the important machinery on ships are always provided with emergency backup or standby system, which can be used in case of a failure of a main unit. So even power supplies of the essential machineries are provided with emergency generator. So marine engines also provided with emergency maneuvering control system in case the remote control system fails to operate. So main marine engine is responsible for propulsion of the ship, and its direction and rotation are controlled from either bridge or engine control room, ECR. So through telegraph and fuel lever control. So this system is a remote control type used for both sea voyage and maneuvering of vessel. So for example, here we have a engine side maneuvering console or control. So if the bridge is control is not working, and also the engine control room engine control is not working, so the chief engineer will transfer the control at the engine side. So this is the one. So the same to my experience before. So when I was a chief engineer on board ship, it so happened that my ship main engine was always activated overspeed because of the that time was not it was in ballast condition, so it was not loaded, and the propeller will go up due to the ship movement. So the propeller will turn, go up. The propeller will moving upward to the shallow level of the water because of the movements of the ship due to the swell of the during the bad weather. So the overspeed alarm, overspeed trip always activated. So it is hard to start the engine. So at that time, because of the RAPSI, so I start to the what we call the engine side console. So here, so this is used for also for emergency maneuvering in case the control system, the bridge control system and the engine control system, the ECR is not working. So I use this emergency maneuvering system. So this is the example. So this is the actual example because this is ship, this is engine. This is the actual example. So if the remote control maneuvering system fails to operate from both the remote station, example bridge and ECR, or the governor of the main marine engine goes faulty. So this is I said earlier a while ago. So additional safety is given to main marine by providing a local maneuvering control system. When the ship is in a narrow channel under maneuvering, then it is very important for the engine room crew to know the changeover and the operating procedure for local or emergency control. So failure in knowing that remote control maneuvering system can lead to accident like collision and grounding. So procedure for local and emergency maneuvering. So the changeover and operating procedure differs from engine to engines as different control systems are adapted for different engine types. However, the basic remains the same. When there is automation or remote control failure, alarm then changeover of control is to be done from remote, either wheelhouse or ECR to local control stand. So that is engine side local control stand. So the local control stand is normally located in the engine room near the fuel pump platform of the main marine engine. So changeover procedure. So as this one. So here is the near the fuel pump here, somewhere here, this area. So near the local control stand is near to the injection pump here. So you cannot see here, but near in this area. So changeover procedure can be done with marine engine stop as well as running condition, but if the situation permits, it is better to be done when the engine is stopped. So first change control from wheelhouse to ECR, and both telegraph on wheelhouse and ECR are to be in stop position. So bring the fuel of the lever of the wheelhouse and the ECR in stop position. So a changeover switch is provided in the ECR. Operate the switch from the local ECR to local. So go to local control station and switch over fuel pump control shaft from the control manual. So here. So as you can see here, this lever is here is there is what we call the marking here, the remote and the local. So this is now or emergency. So this is now switch to emergency, and if you switch to remote, so you switch to the other side here, so it will transfer to the engine control. But this one is switched to the emergency. So meaning you can operate directly in this local control stand. So upon class, arrangement of the mechanical lever arrangement will be provided depending upon the engine type, which acts as manual control with attached to hand wheel for operating fuel rack. So a lagging pin or clip may be provided for the above arrangement as additional safety, so that it should not come out in normal operation. So there is a pin. So here, if you switch this lever to emergency, you have to put a pin in here. Why? Because to avoid shifting to the remote, maybe it will disengage suddenly due to the vibration. So it is better to put the pin in here to block this lever not to shift into what we call the remote, which is control room, engine control room. So that is the purpose of the pin here in here. So we have also here operating procedure. So after the fuel rack, so as I said a while ago, the fuel rack is somewhere in here. So in this picture you cannot see, somewhere in here, and it is directly connected to this what we call this actuator here. So this is directly operated by the use of this hand wheel here. So to start the engine, start. So a fuel rack is attached to the manual hand lever, hand wheel control. So wait for the wheelhouse to order. So the telegraph in here. So I can see here the telegraph, but somewhere near here, somewhere here. This is the bill of the telegraph, somewhere here. So it's not shown here in this picture. Respond to the telegraph and give fuel air to engine via local control levers. If the engine fails to start, give extra amount of fuel and air as now is controlled manually, and linkage requires more force of fuel supply. So once the marine engine starts, follow the telegraph and maintain the speed from local fuel level. So in my ship before, I can see here the lever, the engine throttle. So, but here I cannot see. So this is different design. So I can see here. So here together with the engine control level, but here I cannot see. So this is different design also. So we have also the maintenance in here. So it should be checked now. This system, so check and maintenance. So the remote control failure alarm is to be checked regularly. Local telephone and communication system are also to be checked and maintained. So local telegraph bill and indication light are to be checked and maintained. So all the linkages to be oiled and greased at regular interval of time. So safety clips or pins in the cone clutch or any other types of arrangement is to be checked. Emergency maneuvering drill should be conducted every month. So in here, so when I was chief engineer on board, I taste this one and I also use this one because as I said a while ago, my shipment engine was activated always with a overspeed trip. So during the time there was a typhoon, so I used this local control stand or so that the engine will not activate again with emergency stop. So this one is to be tested once a month, and the drill also is conducted once a month with this emergency maneuvering. So this is very important. So this is to be checked. For example, here linkages should be checked. There should be grease here, the fittings. So everything must be checked to avoid malfunction. So we have also here the emergency maneuvering. So what is crash maneuvering of ship in emergency situation and what is procedure? So crash, a word is generally used to describe some kind of accident or damage. So when one object is launched into another. So however, in the shipping world, when the word is combined with the term maneuvering, so it becomes a procedure which is performed to avoid any kind of collision or accident. Collision or accident. So as you can see here in the picture. So here, why crash maneuvering? So in seagoing vessel, so unlike land transport, there are no brakes that are provided to stop the ship when needed. So the stopping of the vessel is done by reversing the rotational direction of the main engine and thereby the propeller. This stops or reduces the speed of the vessel heading towards the collision course. So, for example here, there's a barge and there's a tanker ship here. So, they are collided to each other. So, in this situation, before it collide, so the captain should, and the chief engineer should do something which is crash maneuvering. So, to reverse the rotation of the engine very quickly. Because the ship has no brake. So the one that you can do here is to reverse the ship. So as you can see here, this is anchored. So meaning this tanker is being anchored. So the barge is collided to the tanker. Okay. So this barge should have a cross astern maneuvering. So this barge should reverse the main engine very quickly to avoid collision. So that is crash maneuvering. That is crash maneuvering. So so that is crash maneuvering. So here, crash maneuvering is usually done to avoid any type of collision or crashing of the ship to any other ship or structure. So GT, this is oil GT, land, iceberg, etc. So in this type of maneuvering, the main engine is subjected to severe stress. So of course, unloading, but the safety of the ship and life is assured. So how to perform crash maneuvering? Crash maneuvering is turning the engine in opposite direction to reduce the heading speed of the ship. So meaning forward, a high speed of the ship. So after a certain time, the ship stops and starts streaming in a stern direction. So this is done by supplying starting air at about 30 bars from the air receiver to the engine. So the stopping air is known as the brake air. So brake air. So the brake air, when the sudden injected inside the engine cylinder, will try to resist the motion of the piston and the rotation of the crankshaft and the propeller. So as I how this work? How this work is crash maneuvering. So remember, this is done by supplying starting air at about 30 bars from the air receiver to the engine. So the stopping air brake is known the stopping air is known as the brake air. So brake air. So the brake air, when sudden injected inside the cylinder, will try to resist the motion of the piston and the rotation of the crankshaft and the propeller. So that is that's how the system works of the crash maneuvering. Procedure. So following procedure is to be followed when navigational officer calls engine room and says that we have to stop immediately to avoid collision. So when there is an emergency like collision, grounding, etc., the controls are transferred immediately into the engine room controls. So the bridge will give an astern direction in the telegraph. So acknowledge the same. So when the telegraph is acknowledged, only the starting air cam will reverse its direction, but the fuel cam will remain in its running position due to running direction interlock. So since engine is still running in ahead direction, the fuel lever in the engine control room is brought to zero. So as soon as the RPM of the engine drops below 40% of the maximum continuous rating or MCR RPM of the engine, give brake air. Few minutes in short time. So the brake air will inject with Astern timing setting inside the ahead moving piston will resist the piston motion. So since fuel will not inject until running direction interlock opens, so as soon as the RPM drops near to 0, give fuel an air kick by bringing fuel lever to minimum start setting. So, when carrying out crash maneuvering, some safeties need to be bypassed to avoid tripping of the engine in mid of emergency. So, when the ship stops and situation is under control, a detailed main engine inspection is to be carried out when there is a chance. So, in this statement here, so I will show you here. So here, so when you give an crash maneuvering or crash astern, so you have to reduce first this. For example, the MCR is the RPM of its MCR is about is 160 RPM. So you have to reduce that at 40%. So I will calculate here. So for example, 160 RPM, you have to reduce to 40%. So multiplied by 0.4. So that is 64. So you have to reduce your RPM to 64 RPM from 160. Then you have to give the air brake to apply the crash maneuvering. So from 160 RPM, you have to reduce to 64 RPM or around 70 RPM. Then you have to apply the air brake, which is crash maneuvering. So that is the procedure. So you cannot apply crash maneuvering from pull ahead to crash maneuvering. No. You have to reduce up to 40% the speed, and then you have to reduce suddenly the speed to 40%, and then you have to apply the air brake to the main engine, which is called crash astern or crash maneuvering. So where are we now? So here, 40%, as you can see here. So reduce. So as soon as the RPM of the engine drops below 40% of the maximum condition rating or MCR RPM of the engine, give brake air from times in short time frame. So very short time. So the brake will inject with the astern timing sitting inside the engine, inside the ahead moving piston, which will resist the piston motion. So since the fuel will not inject until running direction interlock opens as soon as the RPM drops near to 0, so give fuel an air kick by bringing the fuel lever to minimum start setting. So when carrying out crash maneuvering, some safeties need to be bypassed to avoid tripping of the engine in the middle of emergency. So when the ship stops and station is under control, a detailed main engine inspection is to be carried out when there is a chance. Because it probably the engine has affected to the crash astern maneuvering. So it is subjected to a lot of stress. So it should be carried out the inspection when there is a chance. So inspection of the engine, especially piston rings, liners. So it should be inspected. So this is engine throttle. So this is to be operated during what we call during emergency crash maneuvering. So we have here the emergency stop also. So it needs to be operated when, for example, my ship before during maneuvering in port was not stopped when the engine stop throttle engine throttle is in 0 position, but the engine did not stop, so it should be, if that situation will happen, it should be operated emergency stop. So we have also here the bridge control. Control is also the same. So if you transfer the responsibility to bridge, so the bridge can operate this engine throttle. So this is all our discussion for this topic. So I will, so as you can see here, the bridge control have also the system with what we call the engine control. So they are the same, you see, but the different here, you have to transfer the responsibility to bridge. So this is engine control room or ECR, and this one is bridge. So they are the same, but the only different here, the engine control room will transfer to the bridge. So this is the end of the discussion for this topic. So please like and share. Please write a comment, and please also subscribe, and don't forget also to click notification button so that you will be updated on my next video. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, and see you on my next video.